Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, you're visiting the magical world of Alice in Wonderland, and where nothing is normal and everything is a little bit silly, cute, and exciting. So, in the story, the Mad Hatter loves tea parties. His table is always full of cookies, cakes, cups of tea, and funny decorations. So today we will make our own Wonderland chocolate cake and prepare a fresh citrus ginger tea to enjoy together, just like at the Mad Hatter's tea party. So let's begin our adventure. I'm waiting for your pluses in the chat, or maybe you can send emojis. Yeah. And after, we will begin our adventure. Firstly, I want to tell you our necessary ingredients for the chocolate cake. So, for our chocolate cake, we need to use 3 tablespoons or 45 grams of butter. Also, 100 grams of sugar, 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, also 3 tablespoons or 24 grams of cocoa powder. Next, it's 1 cup or 250 milliliters of milk. Next, we need to use 190 grams of all-purpose flour. Next, 1 pinch of salt, and also 10-12 grams of baking powder. It's just 1 dessert spoon. So I think we can start, yeah? And remember that you can decorate your cake. For decoration, you need to use 150 grams of white chocolate and 50-70 grams of dark chocolate. So let's get started. And firstly, we need to mix the wet ingredients. Let's take a large bowl, and we need to add our wet ingredients. Now, I need to put my laptop here. Okay, wait, yeah. Now I will turn off the blurrings and our large bowl. So let's mix butter. It should be soft or melted. So let's melt our butter together. After, we will add sugar, eggs, vanilla extract, and milk. After, you need to whisk everything together until smooth. So let's get started. Our first step is to take a small plate, yeah, and put butter to melt, because we need to melt our butter. I think 45 grams of butter will be enough. So 45 grams of butter. Oh, no, it's too much. Let's cut 1 piece and mass it 70 more. Okay, so I hope you can use spoons, tablespoons. You need 3 of them, 3 tablespoons, like that. Okay. And we can melt our butter. Melt, yeah? So I'm going to use the microwave to melt my butter. So give me a second and let's melt it together. Yeah, I have lots of ingredients here. So just for a few seconds, maybe 30, but not more than 1 minute in the microwave, okay? So let's melt our butter, or you can use soft butter, yeah? But you need to spend more time, yeah, for that. So after, you can add other wet ingredients, sugar, eggs, vanilla extract, and milk. 1 second, let's check out the butter. Yeah, it's soft, but not enough. 30 seconds more. Let's wait again. And we will continue. No questions here. Hello, hi. Glad to see you. So after also, we can waste our sugar. It's, I think, 100 grams. 100 grams of sugar. So I need to put my laptop here again. So like that. And let's take a sugar and weigh 100 grams. Bit more. Sugar, the first ingredient. The second is our melted butter. Here, I have the melted butter, and we need to add it to our sugar. Let's add melted butter to our sugar. Okay, the next step, we need to add 3 eggs. 3 eggs. So carefully, 1, 2, and 3. The third one, 3 eggs. Let's wash our hands after. And next, we need to add vanilla extract, just 1 tablespoon vanilla extract. Maybe it's about 10 drops, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, even more. 11, 12. Okay, more. So the full bottle. But your vanilla extract can be brown, that's okay. That's also good. Okay. Next, let's continue. Now we need to add 240 or 50 grams of milk. Yeah. We need to add milk. No, 1, 2. No, a bit more, but I hope it's not a problem. Good. And now we need to whisk everything together. For that, we need to use a whisk. Yeah. Whisk everything together until smooth. Yeah. It should be the smooth mass. Alessia, yes, you can use vanilla sugar. Whisk everything until smooth. Give me a second, I need to answer. Okay, I'm answering in our I'm answering in our chat. So whisk everything more. Oui. Okay, it's not enough. I have some pieces of butter here, so that's not okay, and also sugar. So let's beat it more. Okay, now it's even better, but not enough. You see, we have some pieces. I think it's sugar, yeah, and that's not okay. More. Good. So it's not perfect. Now I need to check one thing. I think it's the piece of sugar. Yeah. Good. So we can have some pieces of butter or sugar. That's not a problem because we can't melt it now because our mass is not warm or hot. So now it's okay. Let's continue. Let's take our width again and after we need to add dry ingredients, but in another bowl. Let's take another bowl, clean bowl, and here we need to mix flour, cocoa powder, salt, and baking powder. So 4 ingredients. Let's do it. Firstly, I want to add our flour. Let's open it. So we need to use 190 or 200 grams of flour. Now I can open it. Oh, give me a second. I'm trying to open my flour package. Okay, good. So I'm going to add 200 grams of it. I think 200 grams of flour. Good. Next step. Also, we need to add 10-12 grams of baking powder. Let's add to our flour in another bowl. Baking powder, yeah? Next, a pinch of salt. Just a pinch of salt. And next, it's cocoa powder. We need to add, I think, 25 grams of it. 25 grams of cocoa powder. Great. Okay, perfect. So now, let's continue. Let's use a tablespoon to mix everything together. So, let's remember here, in another bowl, we have flour, cocoa powder, a pinch of salt, and baking powder. Now, we need to sift our dry ingredients. Let's sift it. So, we need to take our wet ingredients here, our dry ingredients, and sift our dry ingredients slowly. So we need to add everything slowly. The dry mixture, I mean, into the wet mixture. Let's do it. Let's take I think 1 tablespoon and sift. Second one. So you need to slowly add the dry mixture into the wet mixture. And after mix until the butter is smooth and there are no lumps of food. Okay. Let's mix it. This our whisk. Okay, let's continue. One. Okay, and a bit more. Let's whisk it again. Remember, there are no lumps. Also, you can use mixer, I think. That's okay. That's also the good idea. Okay, and I think the last portion. Great. And sieve, let's sieve the last portion. Well, that's it. And now our main task is to mix our butter until it's smooth and there are no lumps. It can be a long process. So now I want to continue this mixer electric whisk now. And I want to show you the consistency. You see, it's quite thick, but runny. Good. So, now I need to take my mixer, my whisk. Okay. Now I will use another one. Batter, I think. No. And where is my small whisk? Here. Here they are. Let's continue this mixer. Good. and on a slow speed. It should be the lowest speed, okay? Okay, let's check the consistency again. Quite runny, yeah, but also thick. I want to clean the sides of my bowl and mix for a few more minutes. Maybe not even 2 or more. I think 1 will be enough. Let's check. Yeah, perfect. Now it's great, I think. Now we need to prepare the baking pan. And today I'm going to use, now let's set it aside for a second. So I'm going to use the square baking pan, and your baking mold should be square too, preferably. But also, if you don't have the same shape, you can use different others. That's not a problem. Next, let's take a small piece of butter, yeah, and grease our bottom of our baking mold. Your butter should be soft. But also, you can use parchment paper. So you can cover your baking pan this parchment paper, or just lightly grease it this butter. I'm washing my hands and we need to continue. After you need to bake the cake, so pour the butter into the pan and bake. Now I will tell you something about baking. Too bad I need to finish this my clean hands firstly. Good. So let's dry. And I want to use a brush. Where is my brush? Interesting. Oh, yeah. Here it is. So let's take a brush and grease our baking mold. So a little bit on sides too. Just lightly. Great. And let's pour in our butter. Good. Let's use a spatula. Good. Yeah. We've added our butter and we can bake it. What about baking? Now, so I want to put my laptop here. So, you need to bake the cake at 170 degrees. Let's preheat our oven to 170 degrees, 50, 60, 70. Let's preheat it a bit. And after, we need to bake it for 35-45 minutes, depending on your oven. And the cake is ready when the toothpick, when the toothpick, yeah, comes out clean. So you need to check your cake, keep an eye on it, okay? And check it after 35 minutes of baking, okay? So again, 170 degrees, yeah? So let's put our cake and bake it. And because we have a lot of other tasks. Okay. Let's set a timer for 40 minutes firstly, I think. Yeah, 40. Okay, and we can clean our cooking surface. Let's clean it a bit. Okay. Our cooking surface, our hands too, because we have a lot of other tasks. So here we need to continue this our wonderful tea. So it's time for our Wonderland tea while the cake is baking. So now I need to prepare everything, and for our tea, of course, in a Mad Hatter style, we need to prepare our fruits. And I want to tell you something before we will start. So, the Mad Hatter believed that tea time is the best time of the day. So now, as I said before, we're making our special tea for our own little tea party. And we need to prepare the fruit. We need to cut the ginger into thin slices and peel it, of course. Also, we need to slice the orange and lemon. So let's get started. Again, now I need to put my laptop here again. Okay, hope that's well. Good. So let's do it. So firstly, let's take a cutting board, the other side, the cutting board, and we need to peel our ginger. Ginger, we need to use the small piece of ginger that's quite big. I think even smaller, maybe. No, I don't like this one. Be careful, this ginger. Maybe just one small piece. Firstly, I want to peel it. Or you can do this your knife. Do you like the smell of ginger, by the way? Okay, the small piece of ginger, very small, yeah. Maybe you can uncut unnecessary pieces and let's prepare a small plate maybe and cut our yeah, so we need to cut our ginger into thin slices. Thin, yeah? Thin slices. Ginger firstly. Next one. That's my orange, but that's okay because I've grayed the orange skin. Now we need to peel it too. Let's peel our orange. Peel our orange and after lemon too. Okay. And something here on this side too. Great. And also into thin slices. We need to cut our orange. Continue. And this one. I think I want to use just one orange now. It's really juicy. Good. And the last one. So our last ingredient for our tea, it's lemon. I also peeled it before, so I want to cut it into halves. And today I want to use just 1/2 of lemon. Now I don't need to use more. Of course, you need to remove seeds. You can add zest too, I think, if you want, of course. But I don't have zest in my tea, so it should be this out. One. You can peel it too, as we did it this hour. Orange and ginger too. Of course, you can peel, but I can uncut everything. Or maybe no, I want to use the whole lemon. Let's don't remember to remove seeds too. And the second part. Now, maybe I want to peel it firstly. The lemon is quite soft. And it's a bit harder. So peel everything, and remember that you should be careful with your fingers and knives. And let's cut it again, as in the previous time. And remove seeds. We don't need to use seeds for our tea. Okay, and here. The cake starting to smell good all around my kitchen. I hope yours too. Let's clean it again and make smaller pieces. Because after we need to blend everything together, and for your blender, it will be easier to blend small pieces rather than big. Great. So here we have, I need to uncut this. So we have a small plate, is ginger, orange, and lemon. I need to wash my hands again. And let's continue. Now the main step is to blend the flavor base. Yeah. Now I need to clean my surface again. Here. And let's clean our surface. As I said before. And I want to clean my laptop a bit because it's in though I have a lot of juice on it. So good. That's great. Let's continue. Let's take our blender. I think the small cup is good. And put the ginger, orange slices, and lemon slices into a blender. And you need to blend until they turn into a thick, fragrant citrus mixture. Let's do it together. So, here, blender, yeah, and my fruits. Ginger, fruits and ginger. Good. Let's close our cup and we can start to blend it. Okay, I think now it's good. Let's check. Our mass should be without any big pieces. And it smells great. So maybe I need to beat it a bit more because I see small pieces of ginger. They should be smaller. Okay, I think that's enough. Good. Let's continue. We can set it aside because we will use it a bit later. And now I want to see. So after you can prepare the tea, maybe you want to do it right now. you should put 1 or maybe 2 tablespoons of the citrus mixture into a cup. For example, my favorite for our today's event is this one. I think it's perfect mock for our tea party. So you can add 1, 2 tablespoons of the citrus mixture into a cup. After, you can add hot water and you can sweeten this honey or sugar, honey, preferably honey or sugar if you want. And now we leave our tea for later. Let's go back to the cake. So our cake is baking. We need to set it aside. But we need to decorate our cake later too. So, firstly, I want to check it. These are toothpick, as I said before. Let's do it together. So, be careful. But, I see that it's not ready. No, I don't need. Yeah, we need to bake it more. Let's wait 20 more minutes, I think. But now we need to prepare the decoration for our Wonderland cake. When the cake is baked, you need to let it cool for at least 20 minutes because it's easier to decorate when it's warm but not hot. Now we can melt our chocolate. So if you want, you can decorate it. Yeah. And for decoration, you need to melt your chocolate. It can be in the microwave or over hot water. My favorite way to melt chocolate, it's over hot water. So for this option, for this way, we need to use big bowl, big pan, and here I have water. So you need to pour in maybe just a little bit, not even the half of your pan of water, and put it over the heat. Now, here I have a lot of everything, a lot of our ingredients and kitchenware. So you need to pour it over, no, pour in the water, I mean, and put, no. So we need to use the stove. Put your pan on the stove. You can boil it firstly. We can boil water, and in another bowl, yeah, we will melt our chocolate. So firstly, we need to melt white chocolate. So we can add it. Let's put it here. Yeah, Anna. Mine too is great. Okay. So I have white chocolate here, and I have my water bath on my stove. Here I have the bigger pan, and I have water inside. Now I need to put the smaller pan over the bigger one to melt my chocolate over the hot water. Yeah. So we need to wait. Of course, we need to stir it constantly. And I think maybe I want to add more chocolate. But I have just dark chocolate. Okay, good. So I need to wash my spatula because I've used it before. And after, I will stir my chocolate. Now, shouldn't it? And of course, you can skip the decoration step, but I want to show you, and we don't have a lot of time to finish it together, yeah? But I will tell you how to do everything, and you can finish it later after baking and cooling down. So, I think our chocolate is starting to melt a little bit soft. Yeah, but I think that you need to use 2 chocolate bars because one is, I think it isn't enough, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so it should be 2 chocolate bars. Also, if you don't like white chocolate, you can use milk or dark chocolate, but you can do the dark, for example, dark, but no, I think I made it. No, you can't. Because in our movie, Alice in Wonderland. Okay, let's left our chocolate for a few minutes, and I want to tell you something. So I am going to write the phrase "eat me." So on the white chocolate surface, I'm going to write the famous Wonderland message: "Eat me." Yeah, because in Alice in Wonderland, the "Eat Me" cake, we are cooking it now. So "Eat Me" cake made Alice grow bigger. Yeah. And I think it's a magical symbol of curiosity, maybe surprises and fun. So this phrase is a symbol of this movie, I think. So your cake becomes a part of Wonderland. Okay. The heat should be high. Okay, where's my, yeah. Good. Starting to melt. So, if you want, you can make this phrase on your white chocolate surface, this dark chocolate. So you need to melt dark chocolate too, put the mass inside the, where is it? The maybe plastic bag or a special bag like that, yeah? And put it inside, maybe write the phrase "eat me." This your dark chocolate, okay? So we're melting our chocolate now. Okay. Let's stir it too. Yeah, let's stir it. I can turn off my stove, turn off the heat, and if it's melted, we can set it aside and use a bit later, because now we need to, yeah, that's great. I want to use my towels, okay, and put my chocolate, melted chocolate near. Okay, and we can left it. Now I want to check my cake. These are toothpick. Let's do it together. Smells so good. It's like jelly. I think it's not ready. But no, in the middle is. So now, if you have the same toothpick, your cake isn't ready, okay? So we need to wait more, of course, because I see that on the sides, it's dry. You can see. So on sides it's dry here, but in the middle it's not ready. So let's uh wait maybe 10 more minutes, and I'm turning on ventilation so it will be better. Okay, I'm waiting for your questions. Maybe you have something now, and you can finish your cake if it's ready. Yeah, decorate it this your white chocolate and melt your dark chocolate. Dark chocolate in the same way as the white one, and make the small little phrase on your cake. And after, by the way, you need to cut your cake. Yeah, you have the whole cake full. Yeah, you need to cut it into cubes, like cubes. And after, you need to decorate cubes. Okay. I want to show you the photo, maybe. How it should look like. Give me a second. Okay, now it's loading. I have photoing now, like that. Yeah, that's eat me. Your cake should be white and dark phrase on top. Like that, or yeah, I think it can be also big. Why not? You don't need to cut it if you don't want, just on top, or do the smaller ones like that. So I hope you understand everything. Yeah. Thank you so much too Thank you for visiting. Unfortunately, I can't show you anything for decorations because it's 7 minutes left for baking and we need to cool our cake down. Yeah, cool it down. That's very important step because it's easier to decorate when it's warm, yeah, but not hot. So cool for at least 20 minutes, I think. Okay. And as I said before, melt your chocolate, the white chocolate, and melt the dark chocolate in a small bowl. And after, you need to place it into a pippin bag. No, I can see it. Alicia, thank you too. Let's hear that. So, I want to finish, yeah? You need to melt the white chocolate and pour it over the top of the cake, as I showed you before, and spread it smoothly. And you need to let it set for a few minutes. After, you need to melt dark chocolate, yeah? Dark chocolate you need to place into a pippin bag like that. It's not the original pippin bag, but something like that. Or it can be plastic bag too. There's a tiny, tiny cut on that corner. Yeah, on the corner, the tiny cut. And after you can squeeze it and write phrase "eat me" on the white chocolate surface. The famous Wonderland message, "eat me." Yeah. So if you want to grow bigger, you can eat your cake, eat me. Yeah. Not me, the cake. So, of course, it's our final step. Enjoy your tea party. And now we have our delicious chocolate cake, also decorations, yeah, but maybe a bit later. And also fresh citrus ginger tea. By the way, let's now we need to take, I want to show you how to do it. So let's, Natalia, thank you so much. I'm really happy to hear that. So our mass, yeah, and you can pour one or two, yeah, I told you, 1 or 2 teaspoons into your favorite cup, for example, and let's do it. Maybe 1, 2, maybe even 3. 3, okay. And also I want to add maybe honey too. Maybe just one teaspoon too. Just one. Okay. And after, Marina, of course, yeah, you should try to bake it. Maybe even if it's without decorations, your cake and your tea will be perfect. And by the way, tea is very healthy because outside we have extremely cold weather, rainy weather, and now we can get sick easily. So you should drink something healthy to support your body, right? So after, we need to pour in hot water, mix it a bit, and pour in. My recommendations is to recommendation one is to freeze this mass as a ice cubes, but not ice. This our great mass. Freeze it and add into your tea. So you will have not hot tea, and it's easy to use, I think, right? So let's add our hot water from the kettle. Okay. And wait. After, if you don't like to have these pieces in your tea, you can use a small sift. It's not small, but I don't have the smaller one, so you can sift it. And enjoy it. My cake is I hope it's ready. Let's check it together. Or is my small? Uh-huh. Well, yeah, I think that's okay. Let's take a toothpick to check. Of course. No, just 9 inches. Good. And let's check my toothpick now. You see, it's wet. So not as in the previous time, but it's not good. Let's wait more. So now it's just 40 minutes, maybe 5 or 10 more. 10. 10 is okay. And I hope you understand everything. Everything is good. Thank you so much. Thank you too. So, thank you so much for joining today's magical cooking class. I hope you had fun and felt a little bit like you were in Wonderland. Because it's very important to feel something from our childhood, yeah, or feel like kids sometimes. Why not? I hope you will enjoy your tea and your cake, and it will be easy to do your decorations. Of course, I wish you a calm, warm, and peaceful evening, full of sweetness and tea, of course, and light. Of course, it's very, very important. So, see you next time. Thank you so much again. And I want to send you some hearts, some warmth today. And yeah, see you next time. Goodbye.